Let's also welcome Cas Coovadia here, who's joining us now, and let's take a look at this scenario from a business perspective. Cas, thank you so much for joining us this evening. First question to you. Stability, of course, is a huge factor for investors. Do you think they'll look at this particular reshuffle and say, will it scare them? Will they look at it and say, listen, at least the president is trying to solve any particular problems here? How do you think investors will look at this?
By and large, I think these are fairly good appointments. We could all say that we want even better people, that we could all say that the president could have looked outside of parliament and looked for better expertise and professional people, but that's not, real politics doesn't work that way. So I think in some of the critical ministries, finance in particular, I think Enoch Godongwana is a good appointment. He's been heading up the ANC's National Transformation Committee for quite some time. He's was quite skilled in finance. I think somebody we can work with and somebody who will instill confidence. I think Dr. Joe Phaahla in health, he's a medical doctor. He's been deputy minister, and I think he'll do a good job. I think human settlement appointment is a good one with Minister Kubai, who's done very well at acting Minister of Health. Water and sanitation, Senzo, I think is also a solid appointment. So I think those are good appointments. I think that will instill confidence. I think those are all capable people. I think certainly business can work with. Then I think taking state security into the presidency in the current circumstances, I think, is probably the correct move. And appointing Zweli Mkhize as National Security Advisor is a very good move. Certainly is a seasoned activist. He served in government before. He headed up a commission that looked at security weaknesses. I think he'd be very good. And also a very good appointment, I think, is Zweli Mkhize as the minister in the presidency. I think he's somebody with substance. He's a senior person who I think other ministries and departments will respect. And so I think those are good appointments. I think on the negative side, I agree. I heard Mr. Steenhuisen towards the end. I think the cabinet is still too big. I think he could have trimmed the cabinet a bit further. I think, you know, that's a major problem. And the other positive issue is that he's announced a panel to look at the shortcomings in the security and intelligence during the recent destabilization. I think Professor Sandy Africa, to head that up, she's very skilled. She set up the Intelligence Academy a while ago. Advocate Majangu Gumbi is quite skilled as well, so I think that's a good move, and that was long overdue.
Yeah. Would you like to have seen some more changes in the economic cluster because of the challenges faced, especially after the riots, after the COVID recovery and all of that? There seems to be huge challenges around the security cluster. Do you think it's enough to just simply have changed the finance minister?
In the security cluster or in the economic cluster?
Economic cluster.
Finance ministry. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think. Look. Yeah. So I think that economic cluster, by and large, hasn't worked very badly. We might have our differences with some of the ministers, but I think that these are seasoned ministers who we can work with, who we understand, and we need some degree of certainty. So I think that I'm not unhappy with the economic cluster as it is fashioned now with the appointment of Enoch. I think it's all ministers we can work with, ministers who have been in their positions for a while, and we might have some differences. There are some ideological differences as well, but I think ministers that we have been able to work with very well and have developed a good understanding with. So I think we're quite happy with that.
Why are you not worried about the centralization of state security in the presidency? Surely he could have found a minister he can trust. his hands
so
are already
that's
full
why I
as
said
it
under
is.
that's why I said under the circumstances when I sort of welcomed that. I think that he could have found a minister to do that, and it is something that we need to watch. We can't have a situation where you have a president who uses the state security apparatus to strengthen his own position. I think it's something we're going to have to watch. I think that I think there needed to be a strong hold on the security establishment because it has let us down seriously.
Just let us down.
Also that I think, and I agree with the president when he said after the unrest that this is a deliberate attempt to destabilize government and the state, and I think attempts will be made again. So security is critical, and security needs to be pulled right to alert us to further attacks and so on. So I think that a strong hand was needed in security. Why he couldn't find a minister and why he didn't find a minister to do that, I can only speculate. I don't know. But I think that taking it into the presidency, I think with Sidney Mufamadi as the National Security Advisor gives me some confidence. I don't think Sidney is the sort of person, certainly I worked with him, I don't think Sidney is the sort of person who would want that to morph into some sort of a security presidency.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's the confidence from from a business perspective, and that's really what we're looking forward to from a business perspective.
All right, thanks so much for that. Cas Coovadia, of course, CEO of Business Unity South Africa. Well, gentlemen, I've been on air since 5 o'clock, so it's time for me to leave. I'm going to leave it in your hands.
That is so unfair.
I'll leave
you can get the reaction now, right? So
Shahan, who's
after the
counting?
break, we will go get more reaction. And that'll be you and JJ,
Me and JJ
getting reaction.
Listen, you've done a fantastic job. Thanks for staying along.
Thanks so much. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
All right.
Cheers, John.